Lesson 145. My mind holds only what I think with God. Review Lesson 129. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. Review Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. Mighty companions. The church does not need a sinner like you in its pulpit, because the idea of a sinner was never real to begin with. It is a costume stitched from guilt and worn in fear. It belongs to a theatre where the audience forgot it was watching a play. But you are not that actor anymore. You stepped behind the curtain. You saw the strings. You are the silence between the lines. You are not a sinner. You are a thought in the mind of God, which means you are made of light, not of history. You are cause, not consequence. And because you think with God, you cannot think apart from Him. There is no apartment. There is no private mind. There is no separate space. So when Lesson 129 says, "Beyond this world there is a world I want," it is not referring to another planet or a better version of Earth. It is pointing to the place underneath perception, beneath what the eyes report and the fingers cling to. It is pointing to what the Course calls the real world, not a distant location, but a shift in awareness, a correction, a return. That beyond is not about distance, it is about depth, not about afterlife, but about inner life. It is the difference between watching a dream and waking from it. Yes, Madonna once said, "We are living in a material world, and I am a material girl." But hear what that really means. To live in a material world is to confuse symbol with source. To forget that the picture is not the power. The body is not the self. The form is not the content. It is to think the wrapping is the gift. To live as a material girl is not to sin. It is to settle. To hunger for shadows while the sun is still shining behind you. To love the echo and forget the voice. Now, come into Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. This is not just poetic, it is law. Just as two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time, neither can truth and illusion coexist in your mind. They do not overlap. They do not blend. The light does not share its space with the dark. To see one world is to be blind to the other. And these two worlds, one is made of fear, the other is made of love. One is built on judgment, the other is held together by forgiveness. One keeps a scoreboard, the other erases it entirely. One says, "You are what you've done." The other says, "You are as God created you." The material world is a mirror, but it reflects only what you project. And if you project guilt, you will see punishment. If you project lack, you will see competition. If you project separation, you will see enemies. But it is all smoke from a fire that never burned. A dream about exile that never truly occurred. The other world, the one the Course calls real, is not another dream. It is awakening. It is not another choice between forms. It is the end of choosing altogether. You do not want this world because it is beautiful. You want it because it is true. Because in this world, you no longer have to prove anything. You no longer need defense. You no longer wonder what you are worth. You remember, and so you choose again. You drop the pulpit. You drop the posture. You drop the part. And you walk, barefoot and smiling, back to the altar that never left your heart. You stop rehearsing and start receiving. Because peace was never a performance. It was your original state. And love was never lost. only overlooked.